And we're live with Freddie Fender, the dog who thinks he's my favorite. I love him. Though. You got to give him A plus for enthusiasm. You're always ready to go for a car ride. Saw that car ride, car ride. Shouldn't keep him like that. It's not really fair. But he's not my favorite. So he does go for that. Matter of fact, the one I'm taking tomorrow, right here. His name is Flavius, Caesar Julius Flavius Augustus. And he is my favorite puppy. Right now, he is 1 pound and 8 ounces. He's approximately 2 months old, and I don't really see him getting too much bigger than this. This would be awesome. I think the growth chart said he might get 3 to 4 pounds, but he's like, yeah. Today, I had a lot of trouble getting my employee motivated. It seems even the fire of getting fired and losing your place to live doesn't motivate some people, even though they ain't got no other place to go. But I can't spend half of my day motivating somebody to the point where it keeps me from doing the other thing that his labor is supposed to free my time up to. His labor is supposed to be doing the menial drudgery task around here to free me for higher level tasks. And when I give you specific instructions, just do it. Just do it as laid out. Don't get creative. You're not that creative. And I want it done my way. I've got more experience. And I'm 2 years older. Also been more places, done more things, with higher level of everything. Know how things work. Know how I want them. Know how I expect them to be. Should be no argument. Yeah, man. Thank you for this opportunity. I really want to thank you for this opportunity, and hope we can move forward and achieve loftier goals. I don't need to hear back talk. I don't need to hear what you think. What you think isn't working. Otherwise, you would be where I'm at right now yourself. And I wouldn't have to go pick up a dog from the dog pound because you got arrested for panhandling. I wouldn't have to put you up, and then your bad decisions cost me thousands and thousands of more dollars. Cost on top of the hundreds of thousands of dollars it cost me already. That's okay. Moving forward, bigger projects, we'll be able to absorb that. But right now, I could have used that money. Really could have. I'm not necessarily mad at you. I'm mad at your decisions and mad at your acting. If you're watching, it's great. Just really wish you would learn to maximize your time during the daytime. In other words, you don't work. Oh, I need to pee. And then come back to 5 more minutes work, and then I have to lay down, or I need to smoke a cigarette, and then you got to do something else. Next thing you know, you lose up. You need to find focus and direction. When you have a task at hand, you attack it and you finish it. Then you take a break. You're 40 minutes, then you take a 10-minute break. That's how life works. That's how people who achieve things, they keep focus on the. Just because it's not a job, it's paid money doesn't mean it's not being paid something. You live here, you live for free. I expect a certain amount of stuff to get done for the day. I'm not a hard taskmaster. I can be. But when I operated novelty stands in the circus, extremely hard taskmaster, but people got extremely well rewarded for doing so too. It's like when I eat out at restaurants. Um, I tipped my waitress. Last time I ate out, $8 on a $14 check. But I shouldn't have. I come and order the same thing every day. It should be ready and waiting for me there every time I get there. Or at least when I get in the door, hey, you having your usual? Yeah, I am. Thank you. That's all the interaction needs to happen. Except a little friendly chit chat. And I understand when they're busy. They don't have time for chit chat. And I don't press for it. But yeah, this guy, he's got it. Now he's trying to tell me that he's been applying for disability. He's going to get like $75,000 to $80,000 just all of a sudden. Mind you, I've known this guy this whole time. He's never ever mentioned about this 8 years ago that he's going to get. And he stayed at the house smoking pot all day long during that time. So I know he didn't go up to downtown and apply for it. He keeps lying and thinks people are going to have to believe his lies. It's the worse the situation and the more rosy he paints. Well, I was born at night, but not last night. Anyhow, yeah. I have a lifting device that I'm building for lifting this Mimaki printer up. Now, I have a load spray device, which is a steel bar that's 2x2, and I'm going to weld some little legs onto it and a cradle to lift it up. It'll be a cradle at both ends of it, because it's like a home printer, but 8 feet wide. Actually, this one's like 6.5. The other one's 8 foot wide. That's my big Mimaki wide format printer, which costs $14,000 new. I got that one for a steal because it needs $4,000 for the print heads. But I'll still be ahead of the game. So on this, I get an A-frame with 1-inch tubing, or no, 2-inch tubing, and then 2-inch by 3-inch at the top, and it's 1/4 inch thick. And I have this hammer drill that I'm trying to push up, and that weighs like 7 pounds. It's got a handle here and a handle here, and the trigger's here. I have to push up to it, and it took me about an hour and a half of. I push like 3 or 4 minutes, and I take 3 or 4 minutes off, and it took me an hour and a half of that to get the first punch through the bottom 1/4 inch section. Now I'm probably maybe a third of the way through the other 1/4 inch section. And I have an eyelet bolt I'm going to stick up through there and put a bolt so the eyelet will be hanging down like this, and then I'll be able to put my chain hoist on there and attach it to that weight distribution device, that weight spreader. So it's a 2x2. Got one piece like this, making a triangle to cradle the ends of it. And then where it has its own handles on the bottom that go across like this, I'm going to insert some threaded bolts up through there into the original handles, holding devices, in hopes that will assist in keeping that in place while I lift this probably like 550-pound printer, that I can re-erect it and put it back on, put the feet back on it. It's got like legs, they're screw limited, and like feet with rollers on them. Well, the original one, there's it's this extrusion like this, and it's got a threaded piece right there. Well, it just broke. And it's aluminum, so I would have to flip it over and use the other side. So I can sell that. It works. It just the guy sold it because he got a new one. He ran a t-shirt shop. He did like banners and whatnot. So that might be enough to get my taco truck here. That's my number one priority is get my taco truck here. I know, I know in my heart of hearts, know about marketing and food trucks and locations that I can do $5,000 to $7,000 a day in the right location. And there's one here about 48 miles away from here. There's two of these type locations. Oh, you're not going to run a food truck. What am I afraid of? I'm going to put it at a truck stop, between two busy truck stops, out on a public street. That way, I can never have any problem with pushback from the truck stop operator, and I'll get it right next to a fire hydrant, and I'll pay the city to use water from that fire hydrant. I think it's like $80 a month last time I checked, and almost unlimited usage. And yeah, I just need a 1-inch line, so I'll have a constant source of fresh water for my ice machine, because that truck will have I think I'm gonna get a 500-pound machine for that one. Yeah, this 150. I'll get another 150-pound machine. That should be enough for that. Now, if I want to do beverages, I probably should do a 500-pound machine. Most of the restaurants I've worked in are like 5,000-pound machines, meaning they produce 5,000 pounds of ice in a 24-hour working cycle. I don't know if you can see it, but this one big dog is giving the other dog is giving an eyeball bath. I guess maybe he's able, when this little dog grows up, he will lick his eyeballs too. Kindness is reciprocal, it really is. And right now, this person's finding me not to be very kind to him because he's fucking me over. You know, I asked him to do 2 grills today. Little bitty grill, just polish them up and paint them. They're going to sell for like maybe $30 fucking. That's not profitable. The whole reason he's here is because he needs a place to live. The whole reason I live here is because I need somebody to do this labor. And him living here is exchange for it. People are paying $1,400 a month for a place to live. He thinks I'm just going to have to put up with his antics and just constant psycho fucking babble all goddamn day long. You know, sometimes I just like to fucking work and not hear a fucking word. How about that? If you're going to talk to me, talk about something productive and intelligent. That's what some fucking entertainer did. I don't give a flip fuck, you know, or what happened on the Howard Stern show. I don't give a flip fuck. It doesn't affect me. It's the stupidest, most inane waste of breath. It's not even funny anymore. That's the thing. It's not even funny anymore. It's not even relevant. It was barely relevant. Oh, Baba Boy. Marginally funny. And then I'd rather spend my waking hours during 9 to 5 talking about productive things. Now, if you want to do something productive with comedy, hey, I'm all for it. Tell me something funny out of your own mouth. Give me something original. Something that I can work with and come back and we can produce a skit. Or hey, I wouldn't mind rehashing the Monty Python. Everything Monty Python ever did. Wouldn't be hard. So yeah, I got my air conditioning installed in the back of the door. Didn't want to do that, but that's a less expensive option than to have to build up the roof. And we're talking like $3,500. I've got like $1,000 in my pocket. Last week I spent $7,000 in the truck. I paid all my bills up front, and bought a bunch of groceries. But hey, I'm making like averaging $600 a day, even in this little small town. Because I got charm and wit, and I know how to pull money out of people's pockets using my mouth, man. Use your mouth. Your mouth is connected directly to your brain. The brain is the most important muscle in the body. It's the most powerful muscle because it controls every other muscle in the body. It's also the most powerful muscle in the body because it controls your mouth. Mouth and your actions are what bring you money, plata, oro, security, happiness. And they put food in my puppy's mouth. It brings me happiness. You see, money does buy happiness. Money buys the food that feeds the dogs I love and make me happy. People who say money doesn't buy happiness, or people who have making excuses for their own laziness and inability to get ahead. If you have an inability to get ahead, it's all on you because you need to just go down to your local community college and take a course in welding, blueprint reading, learn to work a grinder. There's factories all over right now hiring for $28 to $40 an hour to run an angle grinder. If I weren't caught up in my whole tiny dog circus and food truck ambitions, I'm making balloons, spray paint art, pot farm, which in about 6 or 7 months, once all these things get going, I would look at $30 an hour. I already do. Right now, I look at $40 an hour is not worth getting out of bed for. I average about $105 an hour after expenses. After. I put $5 an hour out in fuel. No, not driving an ice cream truck is not that risky. No, as far as getting an accident. Sometimes I have to get an interstate, and I really, about an hour every day, 2 hours every day. When I go to that other town up there, the land of the sky. Tell me what you think about this little cheeky little monkey. Do you think I should get a monkey about this size? I want to learn about monkeys. Is there such thing as a teacup cappuccino monkey? You pay extra for teacup cappuccino monkeys, or you just go over to India and you get lucky and you just find one that walks up to you and likes you and you give them some peanuts and take them home and then use your monkey for life. How does that really work? Of course, I don't know how they would interact with these. I think that cappuccinos get a little bit violent, but not ultra violent like chimpanzees that'll rip your arm off and beat you to death with it. Isn't that hilarious? Hey, look at little dog. Come here. I really like dogs. He's my favorite puppy. He could be my favorite dog. If he stays close to this size, favorite dog might have a contender for being favored. Now, if he learns to fly through the air with the greatest ease, I'm my favorite dog. And play dead, sit pretty, big jump, safari hoops, the extra long jump, most of other tricks, and maybe even playing the comedic runoff. You have to have watched a lot of circus dog action. What I'm talking about. He might remain his favorite dog, but right now, as far as cuteness and size, yeah, this one he might be edging him out. Favorite dog, come here. See, Dr. T, Dr. Theodore, Dr. Theodore, come here, buddy. Dr. Theodore, come here. Come here, Dr. Theodore. Come here, little buddy. Come here, little. Oh, stop. This is the current favorite doctor, Dr. Theodore Geisel, aka Dr. Seuss. And I see he's got looks just like his mama. He's got some cute behaviors. We got to expand upon those. We got to spend more time with them. Again, more reason to make more money so I can have more personal times to develop their skills. We're Tiny Dog Circus, where I'll have popcorn, cotton candy, slushies, snow cones, hot dogs, hamburgers, pizzas, tacos, a lot of food. And the idea is to just keep them there long enough and entertain them. The circus itself is not even the main income. We're talking about $2 to $12 tickets, and maybe 14 on for premiums or super premium. They have a couch like that, the roped off velvet rope and a red carpet in their own little family area, and sitting on the ground is free. Yeah, I'll have free entrance. About 200 or 300 people are in the free section. Well, guess what? They're still going to be there 45 minutes an hour, and that increases the likelihood. Now, there's also a 30-minute waiting period, and then a period between shows where people have to go in there. So there's about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and 30 minutes per show, where that group's going to be running around my tiny midway, and a certain amount are going to get hungry. A certain amount are going to buy a poster. A certain amount are going to buy a T-shirt of the dogs or themselves in some type of hilarious pose. You get a green screen. You can put anything with them in there. The income potential is virtually limitless. I don't know if you remember, I mentioned popcorn, cotton candy. I mentioned snow cones and slushies. And then my blinky lights, that's something that's always worked in the past too in Chicagoland. Specifically downtown by Navy Pier. Basically thousands a day selling blinky lights up there. Or my business partner at the time, Jason Fawcett, he couldn't do shit. Standing right next to me. Same product. It's about pizzazz, personality, charisma. That's the one right there. And talking to people and approaching them and being approachable. See? What is it? Charisma, brother. Charisma, happiness, spreading the positive energy and message. Which I'm generally have always been about. And anybody who knows me knows it takes a lot to get me mad. And when I get mad, I do something about it. My violence. I get you the fuck away from me. You're not going to mellow my yell. They're going to make me fucking. I don't like negative energy around me. I don't like. This guy, I asked him like 7 times a day, hey, can you actually do something productive around here? You're just standing around and sitting around doing nothing. And he fucking flies off the handle at me. Like, hey, man, you know what? I'm not yelling at you. I'm not saying harsh things to you. I'm asking you to get things done around here so we can move this whole process forward. I can't do this all by myself. No, I have people that would pay me to come here and work. Pay me to be my intern and then do this drudgery work. And here he is. He says he's my brother from another mother. And I got these health ailments. Well, the health ailment didn't stop you from going to the store and hanging out for 45 minutes. You're in pain. You're in the same pain, whether there's a drill in your hand, pushing down with 5 pounds of pressure, or you're sitting there and looking up the sky, praying to God that you're hurting. I hurt all the fucking time. I hurt all the time, and it's because that's how I got that. That's how I got big, strong legs from pressure and strength and exerting myself, not laying there like a big fucking lazy baby, expecting the whole fucking world to hand you everything a fucking silver platter. It don't work like that. Now oddly enough, once you've worked for a while, yeah, it does. But nobody, no, except for some. And if you're rich and you have children and you do that for your children, you do them a great disservice. You need to teach them to work, and have worth in this world, because that's your parents' money. If you're a silver spoon kid, come on, baby, come on, Freddy Fender. I love you. They're rich, not you. You can pull yourself up at the same level because it'll help you get there. But they want you to be able to take care of yourself when they're gone. This guy has been a beggar for years. Hasn't worked or done an honest day work in probably decades. And he wonders why his arms are like that. It's not because he got a disease or something. You're just fucking lazy. He acts. I've known this gentleman for the majority of my adult life and into my teens. We met each other when we were 16. I was a bit earlier than that. He's always averted any. There is a device, a toolbox I have. It's made for all circumstances for the United States Army. It's got wheels this big. It will roll through mud. He actually took and put more effort to put that on the dolly than it took to just pull it here, because putting it on a dolly makes it easier. Well, yeah, for about 30 feet, you actually did more work finding the dolly, walking 50 feet that way, and then 50 feet back this way than it would just took to pick up the thing that already has wheels on it and take it 30 feet. It's an hourly mentality. It's how can I make this job take longer than it needs to so I can make more money for the day and stretch this amount of work into this work and have an easier time at the job. Well, that's untenable for an employer. If you don't produce, they can't keep you there. Probably why he's unemployable. I know one person employed him, it's an acquaintance of mine, and couldn't lift an 80 pound. 80 pounds. You're supposed to be able to bench press 2.5 times your weight. You should be able to carry 3 times your body weight on your shoulders, or at least to do a squat. Matter of fact, to get in the military, you're supposed to be able to carry another person your weight, 150 feet. Yeah, 150. What's it, yards? I don't know, something like that. Quite a distance either way. This dude couldn't carry an 80-pound sack of concrete down a gentle slope. And then he needs a break, and then he needs a cigarette. He needs fucking stupid cigarettes all the god flipping time. Well, that's what's hurting you. That's why you got no aerobic capacity. Smoking fucking cigarettes. We're gonna get some COPD. Yeah, so he says he get when I threat after the day after I threatened to get rid of his ass. Well, I won't be getting disability soon, so it won't matter. Well, then you better be fucking paying me back a lot of the money you owe me. Lost me $230,000 in my house sale. Lost me $1,000 just the other day when I had to go get the dog from the dog pound. Probably more. I probably made $1,500 that day in the ice cream truck. And then just a clumsy fucking oaf. Either he's a clumsy oaf or he's intentionally sabotaging me. I had the batteries on the steps of the truck. Walking in there, there's steps walking in there. It's almost like he took the pry bar and pushed it out just to fucking see if it gets damaged. I just got the things new. Again. But he's either a clumsy idiot or fucking sabotage me. Which is fucking stupid Either way, it's fucking stupid because then if I take that battery back, that's fucking taking time that I could be making money to help him in his situation, which I don't mind helping him, but he's got to help me help him. I need a certain amount of stuff around here. I have a lot of shit on my mind I need to think about. This uneven fathomable to him, the amount of level of planning I need to make this progress happen. And so I need my focus, my attention, not on babysitting and having to micromanage his lazy ass a third to half of the day. I know how to do the most basic of things, which I gave instruction ahead of time how to do. Anyhow, other than that, it's been a mostly productive day. I took the day off so I can get this Mamaki up. Evidently, that's not happening today, so I'm going to have to go back to generating revenue tomorrow. The real work. Money, 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 baby. Makes the motherfucking world go around. I'm shooting for $47,000 to $75,000 in the next 35 to 40 days. At this rate, if I can keep having days like today where I need to stay home and take care of this, if I could trust him to take care of this, I'm thinking he understands the reason that he's here is so that it makes another one of me. Now it's like I keep telling him you have to speed up, otherwise you're not worth me having you here. If you do the same stuff in the time of period I could do the stuff on my off time from generating revenue, then I don't need you. That's just the same as me working and do that stuff my time. Granted, yeah, it saves me from exerting myself physically and using energy that I can use for my route planning and my route planning. Did I mention how important route planning is? And taking care of the Mimaki, doing financial planning, trying to get a list of things I need together for the taco truck. How do I get the taco? It takes about 8 to 10 hours to book a truck. For me to book and then go through and investigate the company and see what their motor carrier rating is, what their credit rating is, and then do this for 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 different companies and see which one, because you got to make sure that they have a good on time basis. I hired somebody to do that and they completely failed because I didn't do my due diligence and research into like their background. I barely got my money back from them. You take 50 miles down the road and then say the truck broke down. Well, then you're a bad businessman. You aren't doing your pre-trips. You aren't doing regular maintenance. You aren't doing preventive maintenance. There's no reason for a truck there's hardly ever a reason for a truck over-the-road vehicle to break down. I hardly ever had it. I own a trucking company, another one of my endeavors. And when I went to the shop, I went to the shop to preventively have maintenance because I saw something was beginning to break so that I didn't have a breakdown on the side of the road. It's hugely dangerous to be on the side of the road waiting for a truck. And you could get struck by another truck. And it's not fair to that person that's going to get killed. And maybe even you too, and maybe several bystanders because of your lack of preventive maintenance, which it made you put you on a narrow road shoulder and get other people potentially harmed or killed. Not fair. That's why there's such a big deal about this in trucking. But I do digress. And as many of you know, this is the I Digress channel. Well, hey, let me get off here. I am going to go procure many more of these, not mass quantities, as the Coneheads say. I should know the man's name, but the actor's name is Dan Aykroyd. Who actually did have interactions with space aliens. But that's for another time. We can talk about Dan Aykroyd for days and weeks. Peace. Love you. Even the haters. No, you don't deserve it. But my multiple attorneys, they don't love you. No, you are.